guy, he commented on this and he says, it depends on the man. Hear me out, y'all. It depends on the man and his sexual market value in relation to the woman in question. I love this answer, y'all. I'm listening to it. He says if he is let's say if he is say a 5 and she is a 9, he might have trouble keeping her. But even if for some very rare reason the 9 so deeply falls in love that she will settle with Mr. 5 forever, he may be afraid, and in 99% of cases for good reason, that this relationship may not last. The male competition from all the male 6 through 10s might simply be too brutal for him. I'm getting into this point. We're getting into this point, family. Other men might consider his girlfriend easy prey when they see them together, and don't take them seriously at all. Such a weak man might prefer the average-looking girl for the LTR indeed. Most men with options, and that's the ones who can get the very attractive women in the first place, however, will go with the most attractive woman they can get. And then he said the third option is the group of men who value virtue over looks, and this group is pretty small. They will pick an average-looking woman with high personal standards, honesty, loyalty, a good mother, submissive, hard worker for her family. Proverbs 31 woman, essentially. Who understands the value of traditional gender roles over a shallow Barbie with her list of entitlements every day. Again, he brings up, obviously, his situation as well. So my thing here is a lot of men say, like, they say that, oh, I want an average looking woman, or they'll come out with rhetoric about it. And I'm not going to deny that people have had negative experiences with more attractive women. However, I think that there's a lot of perceived issues that come with more attractive women than real issues. Okay. I think a lot of guys, and I've done research on this. This is not me just coming up with stuff. I'm gonna go to this next slide. I'm not just coming up with stuff. A lot of men feel as though a woman is, it's perception. It's perception, right? It's not necessarily, oh, she probably got, like, because here's the thing, family. Listen to me. I'll deal with people that will come at me with preconceived notions about who I am based upon how I look. I get it every single day. People that have an idea of my personality based upon what I look like. And I'm not just saying that on social media, or it's in person. I have people that will literally say, you're this or you're that, or you act like this, or you must be into that, or you date this type of guy. You probably got all these people. There's a lot of different things that come with people perceiving you a certain way. When I'm thinking about men and how he's talking about women, I think maybe the type of women that they're entertaining, right? There's like, they're trying to get the finest chick, because every guy from the gate is trying to get the most attractive woman they can get. They have a negative experience with that woman, or whatever the case may be. And then they now have a label put on this woman based upon a bad experience. Same thing women do as well. They have a bad experience. They now say every guy that does this is like that. I've done that. I've actually been guilty of that. Where I've had a bad experience and I'm like, I'm never dating this type of guy. I'm never taking this type of guy seriously. Never, 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 never. And, God is like, oh, that's really funny. That's actually hilarious. You think you're not? Wow. Well, this might be the person that you're supposed to end up actually being with, right? That's just how God works. He's like, show me a never, and I'm going to present you with a situation, and we going to test your never. So I think a lot of times we say these things, and I think a lot of guys, in my opinion, I'll meet men that will say that they only are trying to date certain level women, 8, 9s, and 10s, and it's because they now have access to those women, and then they're mad because it's like, oh, well, these women friends on me, they put me in different categories, I feel like they're using me for their money. Well, the only difference between when you weren't getting them, and when you do have them, may be money. So the only reason why they're interested in you at this point, if they weren't interested in you then, and now they're interested in you, is money. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you meet a whole new individual, we have to just keep it real with ourselves, family. I think a lot of men, because they now have access, they're like, oh, I want to have that. That's the shiny, this validates me. This type of woman validates me. However, what comes with that woman is more competition. That's just the truth. And I think a lot of men, if we're being real and we keep it in 100, a lot of men, when they get into that situation, they're like, okay, it's too much competition. She's probably talking to somebody. Their mind goes a lot of different places because of their own preconceived notions based upon who that woman is and the access they think she has. Just keeping it real. And so I think a lot of guys will think their way out of being with more attractive women just because they're like, this is too much. I already know blah, 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 blah is in her DMs. Or I already know some of y'all guys, I'm telling y'all be looking at the who follows her and be like, oh, so-and-so follow her. So-and-so liked her picture. So-and-so, da-da-da. Oh, I can't compete with him. I can't compete with this guy. They start getting in your head, not understanding that this woman might not even be looking for nothing like that. You don't know. You have no idea, right? So again, we have to understand that, number one, you had a bad experience. Now you're saying every other woman that's that attractive is not peaceful, is not dysfunctional, da-da-da. Here's the reality of this, family. I would argue he's not wrong. I would argue that even though he's had a bad experience, would I say that more attractive women have great personalities and they're moral and they're this and they're that? No, that's a rarity. That's true. That is true. It is kind of like a unicorn. It's like finding a guy that has certain attributes that women desire, and he's a good person, and he wants a relation. He desires a relationship, and he desires a relationship with you. That's a rarity. That's not common. Okay. So when we think about these things, we have to understand that, yes, when you're looking for certain types of people to act certain types of ways, it is less likely to find somebody that is a 10 on the attraction scale, and she's a 10 in personality, and she's a 10 in her morality, and she's a 10 and she's submissive, and she's a 10 and somebody gonna have a flaw. There's going to be a thorn in the bush somewhere, right? But we have to be more, I don't want to say more aware, but we have to be aware of what we can handle. That's reality. Some men want certain women that they really can't handle. They can't handle what comes with them. Now, because let me be honest with you. Let me just keep it real with you. Can we be honest, family? Can we be honest? If you were a more desirable man to her, if you were the best possible candidate that she feels like she can get, you're going to get the best version of her. I'm keeping it real, family. I'm keeping it real. If she feels like you are the best possible candidate for her, you are going to get the best version of her. So if she's playing games and she's back and forth and she's doing whatever she's doing, there's a part of her that doesn't feel like this is the best she can do. And then there's a part of you that's feeling like you may not be the best that she can do either. So now y'all both feeling slighted. Now y'all both feeling some type of way. And now you go into your next situation, finding a woman that's 100% lower than your actual standards because you want to feel better about yourself. That's ego. Everything this man talked about was ego. And is he wrong? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Here's the thing. If you're genuinely attracted to that particular woman, fine. Be with her. But no one wants to be the woman or the man that you're with as a consolation prize. Don't nobody want to be with nobody that's like, oh, I'm with some medium ugly chick that on a good day looks like MC Light, on a bad day looks like Whoopi. Like, no one wants to be with I don't, if it was me that he's talking about in this particular clip, I would feel like, dang, he's settling for me because the other women that he would prefer playing games. So I'm literally like plan F because every other plan didn't work out. That's how I would feel. The reality is your preference, whoever, whatever, everybody on here, who your preference is going to get the best version of you. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.